Hey guys, I want to talk to you for just a second about emotional alchemy. Geschichte talks a lot about emotional alchemy. I talk about emotional alchemy because it's a huge importance for humanity. Most of our suffering comes from our inability to handle our negative emotions. Most of us are never taught what to do with negative emotion. We're so afraid of negative emotion that we avoid it. We avoid it to such degrees that we suppress it, and then we become completely disconnected from it and then have even trouble finding it. This happens a lot with emotions such as anger. And I see this a lot when I'm working with students or clients, and there is a literal disconnect where I can feel the anger within the individual, and the individual is saying, I don't have any anger. And what's almost always happened in those scenarios is that there is anger that has been suppressed because that individual did not know how to handle it, was taught that it was inappropriate, and therefore basically closed the door on it. The trouble with that, the problem with doing that with emotions, is that they are still alive within you. They don't go away. So since we're in a magnetic experience, meaning you magnetize to yourself that which you emit, in essence. If you have suppressed anger, then you will magnetize to you experiences to bring that anger into the forefront for you to deal with. This is the intelligence of your higher self or your God self or your whatever you want to call that aspect of you that's bigger than your egoic self. It is that aspect of you bringing it to your attention in order to transform it. Okay, so emotional alchemy, when you learn how to harness your negative emotions and transform them into what you would consider positive emotion, then you have so much more power within your life. You have so much more energy within your life. And as you clean up what's been sitting in there, you have a much more clean vibrational state, meaning that what you magnetize to yourself is better, which makes your experiences better. It also creates a lot of awareness for any future experiences that you have that create emotion. It also creates confidence to deal with emotion. So it creates this momentum on many levels that continue a integration process, which is integrating these facets of you that have been suppressed. This is so important for humanity because so much of us are existing a lot of the time from these kind of default settings. And so we're experiencing a lot of situations in relationships, whether that be with our significant other, friendships, family, all of the work, all of that from these default places, from these kind of unconscious places within us. And we end up repeating patterns. And so it feels like there's these certain patterns that we never get out of in our life. And it's because of these emotions that are suppressed and are never learned, and it's never learned how to deal with them. So the amount of power and peacefulness that we can have when we have a sense of authority with our emotional self it's extreme. And it's not talked about enough. Part of the world healing, part of the people healing is learning how to truly master our emotional self and not to control it, but to be able to be with it and to be able to interact with it in a very healthy way. And I know no one who teaches emotional mastery better than Geschichte. So just wanted to give you guys a little heads up on that. I'll be announcing the next class really soon.